put into the business. We've never had a 350 three. I'd have to send you we just did bank statements because we're buying another house.
Right.
Oh yeah, I bought two houses since I've met Eli. But I had a $350,000 month. It was the first month. I have Pulse and Tax for my bookkeepers. It was the first month they called me. They were like, "Hey, dude, you're gonna need to like pay off a truck."
Wow.
Yeah, it was 350,000. We
Problem to
don't do
have.
that, you know.
Can you take me back to, I guess, where it all started? So before you even met me, what was where was your business at? What was your marketing solutions at the time? Um, and I guess, how did things look compared to now?
So we had just rebranded our website and we didn't have really any sort of marketing other than like Instagram, boost the ad, spend a couple $100. I don't know if I ever got a return on that. Other than that, we didn't really do much marketing, yard signs, the typical approach, but no target marketing like we're doing now.
Was that your first time doing digital marketing or digital advertising?
Yeah, pretty much, aside from us, dabbling and trying to do it ourselves and not it failing, of course. That was our first time.
Got it. Okay. And then when we met, what was your business looking like in terms of lead flow? I'm assuming that was majority referrals, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
so majority of referrals, and referrals are obviously going to be the best form of
right.
work. So we would get the majority of those jobs. But where we were lacking is the clients that didn't know about us.
Hmm. And then how long were you in business when we met?
5 years,
5 years. And then what percentage of your leads would you say were referrals at the time?
90%.
And then the other 10% would be what, like flyers and stuff?
Yeah, flyers. Maybe they see the sign on the truck or something.
Got it. Okay. And then in terms of like leads and numbers, if you don't mind sharing, where were you at that time?
So like a good week for me would be going to maybe three estimates because you're going to John's house who's friends with the client, Peter that you've already worked for. So you're already getting John's job. So to me, I was kind of comfortable with those, 3 to 5 estimates a week and not really worried about growing my business at the time. And until we decided, hey, let's rebrand and get all these fancy polos, put this on all of our expensive trucks, and
Right.
get a new website, spend a bunch of money on all that, and then I was like, all right, well, how are we going to pay for all this stuff? So I was like, we need more business.
Yeah, got it. So for 5 years, you were the only one going on estimates for the
Yep.
most part, and that around came out to around three estimates per week, right? All referrals.
Yeah. Yeah. About that.
And then how many jobs were you able to convert out of that?
So they are referral jobs, so the majority.
The majority of those converted? Okay,
Referrals will, yeah.
got it. Okay. Um, and then I guess it's been a long journey, right? And we had some good months together, some
Mhm.
better months. That's how Facebook and marketing tends to be. I mean, walk me through the progress. So you've been in business for 5 years. You've met me about 7 months ago. Um, what's changed since then, in terms of lead flow?
So I'm going to a lot more estimates and actually getting better at it. And we have a person starting this week, so it's kind of funny that we're doing the testimonial video this week. But we have a person kind of taking over what I'm doing with all these estimates, and I'm going to start training them. That way, I can go back to watching all these jobs. I mean, that's my whole job is basically being a project manager for the
Mhm.
company, and I'm not able to do much project managing right now because I'm so busy with the amount of leads that are coming in. And so we're going to hire somebody to take that over. And we wouldn't have done that, before, obviously.
Awesome. So it sounds like you know, as they like to say it, you're taking a step from outside of working for the business and working on the business. Uh,
Yes, I like that quote,
yeah.
I really do.
Is that the first time that you've been able to do that?
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, like probably the first summer I've actually, I mean, every time you call me, I'm on vacation. So it's like the first summer I've been able to leave my business and actually
Right.
kind of trust it. So
That's
yeah, it's been good. Yeah, it's been nice.
awesome. And then in terms of, I know now you're getting an estimator to out and on these jobs, but how busy are you now in terms of estimates? I mean, you're going on 3 estimates a day, no?
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy because like everybody's like, "Oh, winter, we're gonna slow down."
Right.
I had so many phone calls today. I just don't see it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't see it slowing down for us because of the way we do things. Like you said, it's a numbers game. So, we're showing so many numbers and we're putting our brand in front of so many people that it's like kind of like fishing. Somebody's bound to bite. So I don't
Right.
think we're ever gonna have a hard winter again. I don't have to worry about saving up for the winter.
Right. And I think a lot of the time with, with this type of marketing is like a lot of these leads will sit in your pipeline for a couple months before they convert. I think you just recently had a roof convert from a campaign we ran back in April or something.
Yep.
Is that, did I describe that correctly?
Yep. For last name was McLaughlin, the client, and yeah, I mean it was weird. We did a campaign a few months ago for roofs.
Right.
We didn't do it very long, and I went and checked a bunch of roofs, and we got a couple from the campaign initially, and then we got this one from like I don't know, it was 3 months ago, and it
Right.
converted. And my dad went and talked to the guy as well. Dad works for the company, and the guy wants to do more business on other projects as well, and he also left us a good review, which is really nice.
Great. Great.
And also, we had a bathroom that you had set up for us, and that just turned into everything. I mean, it turned into their flooring, to their paint, to fixing their other bathroom that another contractor did a horrible job on. And, all come to find out they want to do an addition on their home. So I have a $300,000 job starting around my birthday in October.
Wow. Awesome.
Because of a bathroom, 10,000, $12,000 bathroom
Yeah. Yeah.
turned into a $300,000 job.
Right.
Just crazy. And it was funny because that lady did say, her name is Deidre, and she did say, she goes, "I'm so glad I met you on Facebook." It's so funny the way she said it. I was in the kitchen and she had a brand new remodel kitchen from another contractor. So it
Right.
made me feel really good that she wanted to hire us, obviously.
Mhm.
But it was so funny that she said, "I'm so glad I met you off Facebook." And I
Right.
was like, "Oh,
Right.
awesome."
Yeah, yeah. No, there people are seeing your ads everywhere. But as far as lead quality, I mean, we everyone knows that, they're never going to be as good as referrals, but um, I know some people have a harder time with, closing the Facebook jobs and getting those to convert. What would you say when it comes to that? What would be your input?
I would say if for my advice to anybody wanting to work with you would be to really let you know, like, hey, these are the clients I want. This is the area I want to work in because you can do it. And it's proven results for me. The more feedback I give you,
Mhm.
the better estimates I'm going to. But if I don't give you any feedback, then there's just no way for you to know that I didn't want to go to that one city or was it down south. So I
Right.
gave you feedback. Now I'm not going down there. Now I'm going up north and I'm getting landing jobs up north.
Mhm.
The problem is if you don't want to, if you're sending people into an area where they don't want to work, we're not going to do a good job during the estimate, and we're just going to waste our time during the day. And so I think you constantly asking for feedback is great because I gave you the feedback, and then you narrowed down the search area to where I do want to go to those estimates. I'm excited to go to those estimates, and I'm excited that if we get the job, I know for a fact my guys can get to that job no problem.
Mhm. How long would you say, on the safer side, someone should expect before they can start to see a profitable return on, their marketing investments
You should see returns I mean, immediately.
immediately?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a decent salesperson, and it's a numbers game, you're right. You're
Right.
gonna shell out at least 15 estimates in the first month, if not more. Um,
And
if you
how many?
can't get if you can't get one job out of those 15, then it's not a it's
Right.
not a marketing problem.
Right. And then, so, I mean, just to fill everybody in, I mean, how many estimates are you going on right now?
Yeah, so if we're going to like three to four a day between you and still getting referral ones,
Right.
obviously. So 15 to 20 a week. I mean, 20 is a heavy week for
Wow.
sure. But
Wow.
if we're going down 15 a week and, landing, even let's say you land three of those. I mean, you want to land five, but let's say you land three. That's still a lot of jobs,
Right.
um, for us. So, but I do land more than that, obviously.
And how much, just for full transparency, how much are you spending on the marketing so everybody knows?
I spend 2,000 with you, and then we spend about $100 a day, which we're gonna ramp up because of Sam, my new hire.
Hmm.
That's just I want to make sure that she's busy enough
Right,
because she's just doing estimates. Remember, she's not doing anything else for the company,
right,
just
right.
estimates. We're paying
Yeah,
her just to do estimates. So I want to make sure that we're keeping her, busy all day long. We'll give her 10 if we can a day.
yeah.
So we're gonna ramp that up. So, but
So,
yeah,
I
so
mean,
we're
that's
spending
crazy.
5 grand. So if I get a master bathroom
Yeah.
or 2 hall bathrooms, that's very easily paying for itself.
Right.
But where I kind of like to go back to is that $300,000 job. That's $100,000 in profit, guaranteed, right? And so let's say I'm spending 5 grand with you a month.
And
That
it
that
takes
just
you
paid
a
for you
year to
almost
get
for
a
two
job.
years.
Yeah.
Almost for 2 years it paid for you. And that's not including the 35 grand that customers already spent with me,
Right.
where we've made
How
10 grand.
how much I know this is like there's no way you have this number on the top of your head, but if you had to approximate, how much would you say you've given out in bids since we've started?
Oh, like how many bids have I done? I have no
Yeah.
idea.
No,
Uh
it has to be over 1 million, right?
oh, and dollar wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, much more. Yeah, a couple million probably is how much we probably put into the put into the
Wow.
business. We've never had a 350 three. I'd have to send you the we just did bank statements because we're buying another house.
Right.
Oh yeah, I bought 2 houses since I've met Eli. But I had a $350,000 month. It was the first month. I have Pulse and Tax for my bookkeepers. It was the first month they called me. They were like, "Hey, dude, you're gonna need to like pay off a truck."
Wow.
Yeah, it was 350,000.
Good
We
problem
don't
to
do
have.
that. We're doing in between 160 to 250 before we met you would be
A
about
month.
where we were.
A month.
And so yeah, a month.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm so damn busy. I didn't even know what we were doing a month until I sent them my bank statements for buying this this past house, and I had to send it over to my tax guys too. They had to write up something for the lender, and they're like, you had a $350,000 month." We had every month's kind of turned into about a quarter million, a little bit more.
Right.
And then I was like, great, that's fine. But then we had a $350,000 month, and that's it's nothing crazy. It's not like I bought anything for a client. We this is
Right.
labor. We
Right.
clients pay for the materials. So this was labor.
Right.
So we had a 350,000, and they were just like, dude, a lot of that's gonna be profit. You gotta, I don't know what you're gonna do, but pay off.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just bought that $90,000 Laramie, so they're like, hey, you should probably just pay that thing off. Otherwise you're gonna be paying taxes.
Wow. That's
So
that's awesome. So if you don't mind sharing, so that's we're going from 150 to 250 in 7 months.
yeah, I would roughly we're adding about 100 grand, I would say. So I think we're gonna add, and we'll know more at the end of the year, but I think we're gonna add in between 1 and 1.5 million because of you. And it could be more than that. We'll see. Um, Especially because that $300,000 one is gonna land within this past year. So
Mhm.
it might be more like 1.5 to 2.
Sweet. What's the goal for next year?
Um, I mean,
Five million or
if
break
we
five?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna do at least 3.5 million, 4 million this year. So I think if we did 5.56 next year, that would be really good. Because I'm like full transparency, I'm on track to sell my business. That's the goal.
Yeah.
So
What's your plan? After? You know.
yeah, so I have 3 brothers, so I can't cash out right now, but at some point we will cash out where I can make sure that like they don't have to work for the rest of their lives too. Because right now, I mean, I could sell the business and I don't have to work for the rest of my life, but my brothers probably
Right.
still
They'll take
would.
care of that.
Yeah, especially if we want to live the way we do. I mean, we have boats, houses, lots of nice, nice cars. My wife has a new Tahoe over here. So if I want to keep all that lifestyle, we're gonna need to sell the business for between 10 and $15 million. And I truly see that happening. I'm 28, and I truly see it happening before my 32nd birthday, maybe my 33rd birthday.
Dude, that's so sick. At 28 years old, too. You,
Yeah, it's been the goal. That's why we rebranded. That's why we did everything is just to sell the business. And was I expecting this much work from you? No, you got to be honest, it wasn't.
that's good. That's
Because
good.
I told you I tried everything. Just
Really?
doesn't
What,
just
what
doesn't
have
work.
what have you tried? What
Ah,
like
fuck, I'm in magazines. I probably got one somewhere around here. I'm in tons of magazines. I got some. Give me a sec. magazine right here, probably somewhere in like the first magazine.
Oh,
Um,
that's right from your website.
yeah, yeah. So I'm in magazines. I got these fucking things everywhere. So, um, yeah, I don't think anybody's ever called me for a magazine. I
Hmm.
did a lot of golf course advertising. Don't do advertising just because you like the sport of my golf clubs. Um, it just doesn't work. People, nobody gives a shit. You know, everybody's golfing. They're drinking
Yeah,
beer and stuff. They don't. They're not
right,
looking at the scorecard going, "Oh, I want to call this guy to remodel my house."
right, right,
Yeah. So it's
right. And
yeah.
have you had anyone actually call your leads and set the appointments for you before?
Never, never. No, I really don't like even setting the appointments for myself. Just talking to somebody is just kind of annoying because they want to go. I'm in the middle of something always when somebody
Yeah,
calls, and somebody's got to come to me and they're like, "Hey, this person wants to talk to you about the project," and it's like they could have totally just jotted down the notes, but instead they bring the phone to me. They want to talk to me, and they're like, "Oh, you want to do this garage edition? How much is that going to cost?" I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I have to literally go out there. Sometimes we have to bring trades out there to know. I mean,
yeah,
if you have a drain on the left side of your house and everything actually drains to the right side of your house, I got to get some plumbing quotes before we can start sending you bids.
right, right.
So yeah, I hated doing it. So I'd much rather just do it through you. That's honestly why I know you just found out last week that I'm not doing Google ads,
Hmm.
and that's probably why I haven't started doing them again. 'Cause I don't have anybody to pick up the phone yet for me, or not somebody that's going to
Right.
immediately bring it to me and ask me questions.
Hmm.
And I'm just not, I'm just not there. I just don't have the time to do that right now.
Right.
One day when I do have the time to do it, I will. But but right
Okay.
now it's working just fine through you.
Sounds like all the problems you're dealing with are growing problems.
I would
So
say good problems to have, but
yeah.
stress is stress.
Hmm.
But
That's
it's better to stress about the jobs, which I constantly do. I
hmm.
stay up at night thinking about all my jobs, of course. Like I said, care about people's houses. But
I mean, you
I
should.
don't stress about money. Yeah,
Reviews are killer. So
I don't really care about money. If anything, you're trying to stress about how to get rid of money so you don't have to pay the tax man too much money at the end of the year. You
again,
gotta
good
make sure
problems to
you're
have
setting
at
yourself up the
28.
right way.
Wow. So at 28 years old, so you started when you were 23.
Yeah, but I've been sweeping job sites since I was before 18. So I was 16 when I dropped out of high school, got into construction. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm a millionaire and don't have a high school diploma.
That's so awesome. I didn't even realize you were this young until now. I thought you were in your 40s, man. Wow. That's awesome. Anything else you'd like to share with, anyone? I'm sure there's people listening to this call and they're skeptical. Um,
Yeah, I did this thing and I think I told you I gave everybody a shot,
mhm.
and I probably can't name names or we'll get sued, but it didn't work for most of them. Or it would work a little bit and you're just kind of just, oh, should I be in or out? But with you, it works, and I mean, I wouldn't be fucking paying you $2,000 a month if it didn't work.
Right.
um, but yeah, it works. And it's I don't know. Everybody's gonna be skeptical at the beginning, and if you are skeptical, it's just something that I think everybody should try it out. Eli has another guy that gave me a call he used me as a reference. He's in Dallas and he's just absolutely killing it. He does the same thing as me, mainly roofing, but his roofing business blew up. He's also doing all kinds of other stuff. So
Yep.
he's so busy that he's actually mad at Eli for being so busy. So
Well,
yeah,
if anyone has
and it
any
can happen.
questions, yeah, if anyone has any questions, give Jared a call. You can
Yeah,
hit him up,
you
fit
can call
build.
us Fit Build.
Yep. Ask him whatever you want. He'll be happy to, answer your questions. Um, Jared, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for all the good words. Um, I'm sure this will be very useful to everyone watching, and hopefully we can keep making you a lot of money.
Heck yeah, brother. Thank you.
All right, Jared, thanks.
I do.